Hi everyone, it's Alissa from Planet Alissa. It's a rainy morning here in Pennsylvania, and I just came back from going to a rummage sale. It's a local rummage sale for me, the closest one I go to. I could honestly walk there. I walk past this church that's at all the time, but I drove in part because it was raining, and in part because I knew I'd probably buy a lot of stuff and didn't want to be carrying that all home while walking. And I had to make a few other stops too while I was out. But I did pick up a bunch of stuff that I will show you. Not only is this the closest rummage sale I go to, this is probably the cheapest by far rummage sale I go to. They don't bother to price a lot of stuff, and then they end up charging you like 10 cents, 25 cents for things, so it works out to be a pretty good deal. I mean, I think the most expensive item I bought at this rummage sale was a whole dollar, so that gives you an idea. I spent a grand total of $10, and in fact my total came to $9.35, and I just said, I don't want the change. So yeah, I'll show you everything that I picked up. It's mostly Etsy stuff that I got. I did get a few Amazon things, I think. Considered buying a few things to sell on eBay and passed those by because I just didn't want to deal with it. And I'm having some tea because I'm trying to warm up because it was cold and wet this morning. And of course, I got there early and was, like a fool waiting out there in the rain with a bunch of the other crazy people. But yeah, it took me some time to get warmed up, but I'm doing better now. So anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and show you everything that I picked up. Just got all kinds of stuff. I got this. This is something that was actually priced. I don't know if you can see that, but the set was 50 cents. So it's this big one and this little one. They open so that they have little storage areas in there. That one opens like that. What's weird is, and it's made of wood. It's like a lacquered, very thin strips of wood. And it's not something that you see every day. And like maybe like a month or so ago, I went to a garage sale and bought two things like this, two tall containers. And so now I got another one, which is weird. Like, why all of a sudden are these lacquered wood things showing up? Now, here's something that does say made in China, and I still bought it because the way this was manufactured is like a China, it's I guess something they would make in China. But so this is probably vintage. Probably, if I was going to take a guess, 1970, so not super old. But even though this is made in China, it's not like a, traditional, mass-produced Chinese crap that we get today. So yeah, this will go on Etsy. I don't know how much. I haven't sold the other ones that I bought yet. This was made in Hong Kong, not China, but so bizarre. It's just cheap plastic. It's a rickshaw with what appears to be a U.S. sailor riding in it as a passenger. I don't know, it's just very interesting. I really don't know why I picked it up, but it was just so weird I had to have it. And yeah, that'll go on Etsy. Another Etsy item I picked up was this Fisher-Price telephone. It's the kind that rolls along, and then it has, the jingle bells in it. Old rotary phone. Not in the best of condition. As you can see, the lithos are coming off there under the dial. The lithos on the wood are okay. Fair, we will say. I know they have reproduction ones of this one now. I've seen them in the stores. But this is an original from 1961. By the way, Fisher-Price toys are almost always dated on them, these kind of toys. If you look in the fine print, you'll see the date. Now, as you can see, the cord got snapped sometime along the way, so not in great condition, but again, I didn't pay much for it, so we'll list it on Etsy and see. I got this little Rolodex thing. This was 25 cents. It's not like a traditional round Rolodex, but I guess this was backwards. But one of these one of these files. And I have in the past sold these before. They don't go for a lot of money, but they sold pretty quickly. I have to say, I guess it's one of those things where you can't find them anymore. So, if you want one. I didn't know about this. This is like a vintage giant pencil, as you can see. But it's a Coca-Cola one. It says drink Coca-Cola, sign of good taste. I'm just not sure how old it is. So I'll do a little more research, but you know, the Coca-Cola collectibles tend to do pretty good. I got all kinds of stationery items that they had at this sale. This one is a set of note cards from Current Cards. It's in the original box. The full set is not here, but there's, half a dozen or so note cards. There's apples and peppers and I think something else, maybe just apples and peppers, which is a weird combination. Oh, there's a pear. So I don't know, various harvested things. Current garden harvest is what it's called. This I picked up again. The yellow stickers I think were 25 cents. So this whole box was 25 cents. It's a set from Lillian Vernon of the 12 Days of Christmas ornaments. They're wood, I believe, and then painted. They're from 1988, and I think the whole set is here. I'm just assuming it is. I didn't go through it, but it doesn't look like you can fit any more in the box, so I'm just going to hope that all 12 are there. And yeah, I'll list that on Etsy. It's nice if all 12 are here. I've gotten some 12 Days of Christmas sets before where it was only some of the sets, so I broke them out and just sold them individually. I got a salt and pepper set. Actually, this might be going on eBay. It looks like that. And the reason I picked it up was because even with my bad eyesight, I could see the maker on the bottom is Royal Worcester, Evesham, made in England. So, you know, it's not the cheapest thing in the world. And so there might be some value if I sell it on, I'm guessing eBay, because I'm guessing it's not vintage. Not old enough to be vintage, but I really don't know. I'll have to do some more research on that. And the other thing I don't know if it's vintage is this fan here. I just thought it was cool, but it's plastic, and then this part is fabric where the dragon is. 25 cents. I figured I'd take a chance and see. It'd make a nice, I don't know if you're doing a Halloween costume or something, it could be useful, but I'm not doing any Halloween costumes, so anyway. A couple of Amazon things that I got. These were over with the toys. That was where I went to first at the sale. I've gone to a bunch of times, so I know where they keep everything, and they don't really move stuff around that much. So I went to toys first, and then I'd seen the stationery on my way in, so I went back over there, and then just kind of randomly went around. So this is new and sealed. It is the Nun bowling set. Running Press put this out. You know, it's not worth a ton of money. I think going for maybe like 15 on Amazon, but again, I paid next to nothing for it. Has a high rank, so that kind of stinks, but you know what? Nobody had one there right now, and it is Christmas time, and somebody's going to need a Nun bowling set. And also another strange thing was a fortune puzzle set. So the idea is you put it together and you get a fortune or something. And I don't know who put this out. But anyway, that was another thing that's going for, you know, about the same. I don't know, 10 to 15 new. And again, no one had it. Again, the rank is high. But Christmas time, someone needs a stocking stuffer. Here you go. Anyway. Don't know if this is vintage, honestly, but he was so cute. I had to have him. He's a fur-covered deer. I don't know that it's real fur. But just very, very cute. Trying to get him here in front of the camera. It's marked 21 on the bottom, whatever the heck that means. And it was in a basket with a bunch of, you know, calico critters. You know, open calico critters, which I thought about buying and listing as a lot on eBay, and probably could have made some money that way, but I just didn't feel like dealing with them. But I did pick him up. I don't think he goes with the calico critters, because he certainly doesn't look like it, but I just don't know enough about him, so I'll have to find out a little bit more about my furry deer here. Pick this up. Now, this was $1, I think. Some of the things were stickered, and then they had a code for what the stickers meant, so I think green was $1. This is a sewing spool organizer, which isn't anything that valuable. I'll probably sell that on Etsy. But it is filled. It is filled with old vintage spools. Some of them aren't that old, but there's a lot of nice wooden ones in here. So really cool. And I think I'm going to lot those all together and try and sell those on Etsy. And I have before sold vintage spools on Etsy, so there's a bunch in here. We're just going to put them all together and try and sell them that way. I don't even know what that is, but looks kind of cool. Anyway, all that's in there. Even some sewing machine needles, which I could use if those are new. Anyway, so for $1, you can't beat that. I got, I think, just one set of playing cards. Now, these are pinochle cards. There are 2 decks of them, but they are illustrated. I'm just going to show them like that. They have ship illustrations on them. I'll have to check them, see if they're complete, and, you know, sell them as a set if they are. If not, I have a bunch of incomplete sets, and so I'm going to lot them together and sell them, you know, as random playing cards, random playing card lots. Got a new sealed puzzle. It's Ravensburger, which is a great puzzle brand. This is just a small kitty one. I don't even know how many pieces are in here. Does that say 49? Oh, it's 3 49 piece puzzles is what it is. And, you know, they're the kind for little kids. It's not a super valuable one. I think Amazon is in stock on this at like 8 something. But it also has a really nice low rank. It was like, I mean, relatively low. It's like 70-some thousand in toys and games, which is a good rank. So, you know, I'll send it in and send it and sell it by Christmas time. And I don't know what I paid for this. It was at most $1. So, you know, I'll double my money, no problem. And this is another new sealed thing to go to Amazon. This is Space Bingo. So it's a game. It's got a Marshall's sticker on it, an old Marshall's one. It was going for $7.99 at Marshall's. It's going for, what did I looked it up. I can't even remember now. Not a ton of money, maybe like $12 on Amazon. But the rank is good. It's over 100, but it's like 150,000 rank in toys, so it'll sell pretty quickly and, you know, make a few bucks that way. I think I was going to make like $4 or $5 on it. Okay, I think they're all in here. I'm not even sure if they are. I went crazy. They had a bunch of old eyeglasses, and nobody, I mean, that was like the last thing I picked up. So nobody, you know, I'd gone through the whole thing, and nobody wanted these, apparently, or nobody that come through yet wanted them, and they go for good money, these old glasses on Etsy. So I got these ones. These are not too exciting, but, you know, vintage glasses. Some of them have cases, some of them don't. These were ones that had case. These ones here. These ones are sunglasses. I don't even know that these are prescription. They're stiff. Oh my, they have not been. I gotta grease these up before I try and open them because they're too stiff. But I don't think, they don't look like they're prescription. So that's kind of cool too. They're not really super high quality ones. There's these ones with the, you know, the upside down kind of thing. Even got some manly ones. Get those there. I got my glasses on my head, by the way, which are falling off. So I'm going to take them off. And then my hair's all freezing. There are these ones here. And then finally, there's these sunglasses here, which have kind of a funky shape to them. And I do think that is all of them. I picked up these. They're a little bit, they're, you know, borderline cute or creepy, depending on how you want to look at it. These vintage clown dolls. I don't think they're, you know, any kind of valuable kind of clown or valuable kind of doll, but I don't know. They're interesting. I don't even know if they originally went together. I mean, the faces look so different, but they're both dressed in very similar outfits, so maybe they did come together. I just picked up a turkey cookie cutter because I don't have a turkey cookie cutter, and hey, you never know when you need to make some turkey shaped cookies. This is Humpty Dumpty here. He does look to be handmade. He also looks to be vintage, so I am going to sell him, or I'm going to try to sell him anyway, on Etsy. You don't see too many Humpty Dumpty stuffed animals. think most of what's left is stationery stuff. So this is a Hallmark set, lots of letters, writing paper set. This is a lined writing paper set with envelopes. Probably not quite complete, but mostly complete. There's a lot of paper here. And I think it was like 25 cents. And then I don't know what they charged me. They kind of just rang all the rest of this stuff up together. So we got, and that's two different things there too. So I got some butterfly paper. Looks like it has envelopes in there too, but that's what the paper looks like. And then there's more butterfly paper, and then there's these, and my hair. Okay, I'm going to put the glasses back on. I'll use them as a headband. So there's like, you know, folder notes here, and then there's a whole bunch more folder notes too. But then there's these butterfly ones, which are also, I guess, like, oh no, these are, I don't know what these are. I thought that was an envelope, but it just opens. A whole bunch of them. I might lot these together and try and sell them together. I really haven't figured out what I'm going to do with them. I just, you know, was grabbing. This is paper with a, what is that? I guess that's a St. Bernard on it. Dog Note Paper by Elizabeth Harvey Treharne, who was in Mountain Lakes, New Jersey. So I just don't know. Yeah, it's all St. Bernard paper. So it's a whole set of it. It's vintage writing paper. This is a thing of seal and notes with somewhere the seals. They're in here too. So as you can see, some have been used, and I might put that together with that lot of stuff. I'm not really sure. Then we got, these are seal and notes too. These look like they're from Current. They are. And so they're the notes with the seals. So these look like they might never have been used. Looks like all the seals are there. So probably just sell that one, you know, as is. And then there's the wildlife ones now. These are a mixture because there's some other stuff in here too. But the wildlife cards, some of these have been used. So might just sell them on their own. Not sure. Then we got these, which are from Presscraft Papers. Really pretty, actually. Just show this to you. It's like a little card, although it's like on paper, but it's a monarch butterfly. It looks like he's just hatched out of his cocoon, and so his wings are drying there as he's hanging from the tree. In fact, I think just behind you can see like the shadow of the cocoon there. Then I just got some random cards, which I just threw in there because I liked them. I think these were all Get Well cards, and so we'll probably just lot them together. Might wait till I have a few more because I don't have too many here. But they're just some nice vintage cards that I have. And then I got this little like folio thing. It's a pad and pen, exactly what it says. But it's a vintage little vinyl folio, so I'll sell that on Etsy. Here's another pair of glasses in here. There's these ones here. And finally, the last thing I got was this tape dispenser. It's pretty sturdy. It's one of these sturdy metal ones. This one was put out by Scotch, and you know, it's that industrial gray-green color. Nothing too fancy to it, but you know, vintage office stuff does well. And if somebody wants, you know, to decorate a vintagey themed office, here you go. Here's the tape dispenser for it. So that's everything that I picked up. Like I said, I only spent $10, and I'll make back my investment, I think, no problem. So thank you guys for watching. I will try to follow up one of these days with a follow-up video to show you what I've actually sold from this haul. And I know I got some more haul follow-up videos to get out for you, so hopefully I can get those out soon too.